Good day, viewers. Welcome to my channel once again. My name is Godwin Okeke, your instructor at MIA, aka Market Experience Academy. I hope you're doing great. Okay, I will be the one taking you on this episode. This is not our normal beginners forex class lectures. This is just to forecast. This is on a kind of an analysis of the market, on possible projection of what the market will do next week. So I am here to actually do what, carry out a top-down analysis of what the market is trying to do or will do next week. And based on how I do my own analysis, it's not just like the traditional way that other traders does theirs. What I normally do is to carry out my analysis on the DXY. Yes, I said the DXY. What does this DXY mean? This DXY simply means what? A basket of currencies that are what? That are attached or coupled with the US dollars. With these indices, you can be able to ascertain the strength and the weakness of dollar. And if this can be a confluence or an indicator that you can use to ascertain the strength and the weakness of dollar, then you can trade the major currency pairs and be profitable. Yes, you don't need sophisticated indicators or blah, blah, blah that is all over the place. You don't need that. If you can add this as a possible confluence to your support and resistance zones or demand and supply zones, I think you'll be doing great. Then with your counter trend lines and all that to know when the market breaks and retests, you are perfect. So majorly, I emphasize using the DXY as a filter, first of all, to help me ascertain the strength and the weakness of dollar. Then that will possibly help me to know what next or the next puzzle to look after in the market. So this makes trading what simple, and it helps us to what filter the noise in the market. It helps us to filter the noise. I'm not trying to tell you that this strategy is 100% accurate. Never. There's nothing like 100% accurate in this market. That's why what risk management is what a top notch for you to use. So make sure you do what employ the use of risk management in your forex trading, and we'll stay in this game for a long period. So that's it. Welcome to Market Experience Academy. Please, I would like you to help me grow this channel. I cannot do it on my own. I'm just a content creator. All I needed to do is to subscribe. Please on the notification button so that whenever I share a new video, you will have or be the first to have an update. Then share this channel to your friends and to those that know that actually need this knowledge. The youths out there, you may be a university student or you just entered this university, you know how this economy is. We are in the dispensation of tech. Don't be left behind. You can possibly make money even at your bedroom. Yes, it doesn't matter the level you are in life, you can make money. Just have the knowledge. Opportunities will come. The money will come. Have the knowledge, have the skill set. When the whole earth and everything aligns itself, the opportunity will just come on its own. So I'm not here to tell you to pay me money or pay. I'm doing this free of charge because I know how tough life could be out there. If I start selling courses, you may not be able to afford it, but I am doing this voluntarily out of my own benevolency. So please seize this opportunity because it may not be here all the time. Seize it, share this channel to your family, to your friends, your well-wishers out there. Yes, they need it. Thank you very much. Without saying too much blah blah blah, I think we should just go straight to today's business. Okay, let me share my screen with you. Right. Okay. I think should live. So I normally make use of TradingView for my analysis. It's one of the best tools, website or tools that you can use in the financial market. It has sophisticated tools that will help you to carry out perfect and good and sound analysis of the market. So I recommend it for you. If you're a professional or a beginner, I recommend it. Please don't worry about the flashy light you are seeing or the flashy screens images you are seeing on my screen. I think my Wi-Fi is a little bit fluctuating. That's why you see this happening. All right, let's dive in. So I do carry out analysis on my DXY before I now possibly ascertain what the Euro USD and the Great British Pounds USD, AUD USD will do for the week. Whether am I to buy or to sell? So this is what US dollar index. I said at the past, that this determines the strength and weakness of every currency that is connected to the US dollars. So when US dollars is strengthened, the DXY or index or indices will help us to do what? Ascertain the strength of the dollar or the weakness of the dollar. By so doing, becomes an indicator that will help us to know whether to buy or sell major currency pairs. So that's that. So I start my analysis from what the higher time frame. The higher time frame. Excuse me, please. So I start my analysis on the higher time frame. I go to the monthly. I see the monthly charts. Monthly, let me zoom it out so you can see properly. You can see what the market has been doing for the past. There's a market analysis of what DXY is starting from. This is a chart of almost how many years you are seeing here in front of my face. This is a chart of since 1967. See the date 1967. Many of us weren't born even in 1967 when this chart was, the statistics were read or was gotten. This is a chart of what 1967 to what 2023. But I think we don't really need what has happened in the future, but it's actually a very nice data for us to know major supply, major demands, where the market made multiple touches is always relevant for you to know this. So as you can see, the market actually was what the higher pictures it was making what lower low, lower high, lower low, a kind of lower high. If I'm to check where the market is at the moment on the higher time frame, the monthly time frame, use our Fibonacci. Okay, take the swing high to the swing low. Consider the market is currently at where? Exactly 0.5. These are what killer zones in Fibonacci. These are what our killer zones in Fibonacci. These are what killer zones in the Fibonacci. So there's a tendency. I'm not trying to focus on that. This is what I'm saying. There's a possibility that DXY, after breaking this counter trend you are seeing here, breaking this counter trend, he started what? Making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, equal high, equal low. He made a new high. Now retesting was this zone. Broke this was resistance zone to what retest as support. So there's a tendency that this market or the DXY could still rally up to form what either a double top of the previous high, or it will even get towards an equal top with this previous high that it made in the year 2001. Yes, there's a possibility that it can still come here, this within killer zones of our Fibonacci, to make what equal high with it at 119.509 before we start anticipating of what maybe either the crash of the US dollar, because it has been it has been oversaturated. The market, the US dollar is already what oversaturated. It's time for it to actually take its crash. It's time for so much debt. US, the American economy is actually in serious debt. So I think it's time for them to take what a major crash. You can see the crash of the dollar as at 1985. See also another crash 2002. Major crash. So I think this crash that is anticipated will be one of the biggest crash ever. One of the biggest crash ever. Seriously, just if you check onto zoom my Fibonacci, you will see where this crash could take us. This is my negative extension of 0.27. So imagine that if this possible crash we are anticipating happens, that what the dollar could fall, could crash to even 54. The DXY will go down towards 54. That will be what the greatest crash of our time. That will cause the economy, the dollar, to fall like water. It will fall seriously. It will fall seriously. And commodities like gold, bitcoins, oil, all those silver, they will appreciate with massive speed. This thing I'm projecting may happen in the next 2-3 years. It will whether it will happen, it must surely happen, but we don't know where. But I can give you what a clue of when this thing happens, when to know that this thing will happen, is when you see this counter trend that I'm drawing now. If this counter trend breaks, retest, then my brother, my sister, it is time for us to do what? For the dollar to crash. It is time for what? The dollar to crash. Yes, I'm telling you this. It's going to happen, but I can't tell you when it's going to happen. But it will happen. It will happen. So, without actually wasting time on dollar crash or whatever, I'm not actually interested in something that will happen in the next 3-4 years. What I should be interested in is what the market will do next week. So let's actually just project what the market will do next week. But I like top-down analysis because it actually avails me the opportunity to know what the market will do in the long run. So on the monthly chart, you can see that this market is actually what's sitting on a strong support or demand zone. Demand zone. After this resistance zone you are seeing was broken by this rallying or bullish trend, the market is expected to do what? To pull back at this strong resistance zone that becomes what? Support, that was broken to become support. So now this is our strong support. So there's a tendency that this price would come back here again, retest 100, this strong zone of 100.7, let's just say 100.600. That's a psychological number. There's a tendency that price will still come there to test it. Yes. So let's step down to a smaller time frame, weekly time frame. Okay. So as you can see, this market on a weekly time frame, the counter trend, this counter trend was what? When this counter trend was broken, the market has been what? Making what? Even from here, the market has a kind of trying to do what? Correction. After the price got to this high of 1.14, it is time for the market to do what? Correction. But now we cannot ascertain whether if the market will continue its uptrend, if the XY will continue what? Moving to the upside. But there is a way we can do that using what? Our Fibonacci. There's a tool that we call Fibonacci. So with my Fibonacci, I will take the swing low to the swing high to ascertain possibly where the market is coming. So the price has actually gotten to what? Our killer zones. These killer zones are the ones you saw that I indicated with what? White color. 0.5 and 0.618 are killer zones of Fibonacci. So there's a tendency that the price of DXY could do what? Rally back to this strong support zone or still come down to this 0.618 before breaking our counter trend, this counter trend, to start going up. Or there's a tendency that it will do what? Break it, retest, touch our counter trend and still do what? Still continue to the downside. Yes, this market is full of what? Surprises. So as a trader, you have to be what? Very flexible. Let me remove everything so it's not look so close. So let me zoom out so you can see properly what I'm saying. I can remember if you check one of my videos where I talked about market analysis, I projected, that was 2 weeks ago, when the price was still around this area. When price was here, I did an analysis telling you that markets will do what? Form a double bottom and still get to this counter trend line, this counter trend line that I used as our guideline. Yes, this guideline. Let me bring it up. I told you that this counter trend line is serving as what? A guide. As soon as this counter trend line you are seeing is broken, it shows you that what? DXY will start what? There's a continuation of what? The uptrend. And when there's a continuation of the uptrend, that means the dollar will get what? Strengthened automatically. The dollar will get what? Strengthened automatically. So you start looking out for what? To sell Euro USD when the dollar is strengthened. So I told you that the market will form, do what? Form double bottom. Formed double bottom. You can, I will expect you to watch that video and see how perfect that analysis played out. Like it played out excellently. I said that the market will form what? Double bottom. Then we should do what? Anticipate to buy, to sell Euro USD when the market gets to this counter trend. as soon as this market gets to this counter trend, there's a tendency that it might break or it will fall. That the possible level we are going to see or expect is that the market will come here at this minor zone you're seeing, minor support zone you're seeing. And the market played out exactly the way what I forecasted it. So right now, let's project on what the market will do for next week. So you can see that this counter trend was what broken. So many traders that actually started what buying Euro USD gold from this point made a lot of killing money yesterday. They made a lot of money yesterday because the market actually broke the counter trend and what fell. This is a massive daily candle in the DSY. And if you check the Euro USD, you will see that there was a massive buying of Euro USD. There's a massive move of the Euro USD, Great British Pounds, USD JPY, gold. Every major PS, we're actually doing what? Buying heavily. It now depends where the US dollar is placed. Like something like USD JPY, you're supposed to be what? Selling, knowing that what? The dollar was very weak yesterday, especially with the news that came out. The FMC news that came out yesterday also helped to do what? To weaken the dollar. So that's it. FOMC. Non-farm payroll, sorry. The non-farm payroll news that came out yesterday added to what? To the weakening of the dollar. So that's it. So let's take it to what? The 4-hour time frame. So that I can likely see what the market will do. Let me remove this counter trend. It has actually done its work. You understand? So this is our 4 hours. These minor zones are always very important for day traders. Sometimes I do day trade, sometimes I swing trade, and sometimes I scalp. When you have experience in this market, you can be everything in one. You understand? It just matter. What matters is what the market presents. The opportunity the market presents to you, you use it judiciously. So the possible moves of the market next week. Let's zoom out to see properly. Like zooming out my charts. Here. Zoom out my charts. So I believe you can see my screen. Okay, so this is the DSY. So there's a tendency that this market we do what? Come back to the 1.0200 psychological level and form something like this to expect a double bottom in this area, double bottom here, something like this will also happen, something like this will also happen before it will hit what? Our counter trend. The major counter trend will be touched. So I shouldn't forecast too much for this. The possible move for this week. What the possible move we could see in this week market. Possible move we will not see this week. Let me use my to indicate. So properly. If you can see what I'm doing. So that's what the possible move we are going to see play out this week and even next week if possible. Yes, this week and next week. So this is the possible move of what the DXY, the US dollar index, coming weeks. In the next 2 weeks, we'll see this play out. Yes, we'll see this what play out again. Before we actually do what stretch more. More to the downside. So this is what we're going to see. This is what the possible market moves for what next week. Well, let's do this first. So this is like the future, projecting the future. So what are you going to do? You're a scalper, a day trader, a swing trader. The market at the moment, we still do what? Come to this bottom, this very minor support zone will be reached. So that means you can still be selling what? You can still be buying Euro USD, but you have to buy it in a very nice fashion. You have to step down to maybe 15 minutes chart or 30 minutes chart and see where the market is making what lower low, lower high, for you to be able to do what? Enter back on your higher high, higher low of your Euro USD to buy. I don't know if I'm making sense. If you're an experienced trader, you just don't jump in and start buying Euro USD. No, you would look for where the market make what? A pullback that is inverse with the DXY. Exactly, that's what you do. So, but before you start looking at to do what? To start selling, because when the market will make what? This double bottom, definitely there's going to be a temporary what? Strengthening of the dollar, then strengthening of the euro, then strengthening of what? The dollar again, a pullback which will strengthen the euro a little bit, then what? A strengthening of the dollar again. So this week, just with this alone, you will know when to get out from any Euro USD buy or sell. This will serve as what? A guideline for you to know when to get out. I believe I'm actually making sense. So that's it. So the possible thing to look out for this week is you can see these are 30 minutes. You can see this is what? A break, a retest of this minor resistance. So it shows you that the market will still do what? Come down here. The market will still what? Get down. Still get down here. So this is a possible what? Buying. As the market opens, it with the euro and the USD will still buy for some time. Buy for some time before it will do what? Start selling. Or it will start what? Selling. So let's compare this analysis with our euro and Great British pounds to see possible things that could happen in the market for next week. Let me start with Great British pounds. Okay, you can see how this market made what? Came to this support zone, break and retest, made higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So just like as I said, what this market will do based on this projection that I made. Okay, let's see. Compare this and the DXY. See, is an inverse move of the great British pounds you saw. So as DXY or dollar got weak, British pounds move what higher. British pounds would move what higher, and this is 4 hours chart. So there's a tendency that here, this place we are seeing, the market will still do what buy a little bit to get to this point before it will do something like a double top. This is a double bottom. You're seeing double bottom, but in Great British Pounds USD, it's gonna do what a double top for it to reverse. This is a reversal pattern. So this double bottom have to what reverse in DXY for it to move up, or for dollar to be strengthened. So what we are expecting here for the Great British Pounds to do this week is something like this. It will induce people thinking that it will go sell or buy it to the upside for a long period of time. It will just come here and do something like this. Do something like this. Sorry. Forward. Coming down. Something like this. And probably something like this too. Testing here again. I don't know if you see. So this is an inverse of this pattern we saw in what? DXY. You can see that's what is an opposite of it, an inverse of it. So this is what we expect what in Great British Pounds and what Euro USD. This same inverse movement. I can zoom to see whether I can sketch it properly. Let me look my left hand side and see whether there's any zone. I will see where it corresponds. Yeah. This zone. Let's go to this. Oh, perfect. Perfect. There's a zone here. In this zone, you're saying it serves as what? Support zones. It serves as support zones for our analysis. So the markets will come here. Serving as what? Our resistance here. Serving as our resistance here. Yes, the markets will come to this level. Okay, I'll just leave it here. Come to this level. Form was a double top. So expect when you see the market makes what a double top in Great British Pounds USD, just know it is time for us to go down. It's time for us to go down. So just check this analysis. This is what we are expecting to play out this week. This week or to even next week. In 2 weeks' time. This is a possible analysis. The same thing is applicable for what our Euro USD. Euro USD is also having the same thing. Same forecast. So there's a possible move The market could come here. Come here. Spirally to this place. Do something like this. Come here. Make double block. Do it. Either gets here. Do something like this. Bro. I was sketching about this possible moves we can expect in Euro USD to come next week and upper week. So you can see how easy it is for me to project what the market is actually going to do based on what's carrying out my analysis on DXY. These are what my possible moves. Possible moves. So I will not make this video to be too long. It's not going to be too long. It's not going to be too long. So this was the possible move to be expecting this week for real Euro USD, and the same thing is applicable for any major currency pairs. Any major currency pairs. I only trade major currency pairs because it's just so easy to analyze. So easy. With the help of the DXY. So with this, I think you should know the possible decisions you are to take. This is not a financial advice, but if you are trading, make sure you do what? Take proper risk management. Use proper risk management. Please use proper risk management when you're trading. So thank you so much for this channel to grow, for you to see more content on this channel, to encourage me. Please subscribe, share my channel to your loved ones, your friends that you know that what need this knowledge and skill set. This is not the time for you to start looking out for a job as a graduate. Acquire skills. It will help you. Acquire it. You don't know when it's going to be important. And with forex skills, I don't think you need a job. You don't need to look for a job. What you should be doing is to look for a capital. Because in this life, it's money you use to chase money. Yes, it's money that you use to chase money. So if you have the skills, at least that's one bold step you have taken. Then you know that you're not looking at for what. Now you're looking for capital to trade, but you have the knowledge, skill set. So please acquire the set. And I'm here to actually teach you for free. On the normal, if you are to pay me for me to teach you, at least you'll pay nothing less than 300,000 naira, $8,000. But here I'm offering this and this beginner class for free. So just all I'm asking is to subscribe, turn on the notification button, so that you'll be alerted whenever I post new updates. Then share the link, share this channel to your friends, your family, your loved ones. By so doing, you will help this channel to grow. Thank you so much for actually staying to the end of this analysis. I will come next week to review it and see what the market actually did, whether if our analysis played out the way it ought to. Or you can watch the last video of my analysis that I did and see how the market played out excellently. Excellently. So that's it. So just know that I'm not here to blab. I have experience in what I am doing. I have over 10 years of experience in this market. Yes, I may say I've not gotten to where I aspire to be, but when you are in this game, you can't go back. When you are in this game, you can't go back until you make it. And I know that I'm on the right track. I'm on the right track. So that's it. The knowledge-wise, I am sound. I am sound in it. Yes, a lot of things do happen in life that set us back, but still, it cannot be derailed. Understand? So that's the thing. So thank you so much for this, for being with me to the end of this analysis. I'll come back in the same channel next week. Thank you very much. All right, thank you so much for staying to the end of this analysis. My next video will be episode 4 of the beginners class. So be expecting it anytime soon. Thank you very much. And God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend.